Might need to work on the sound effect.
There we go.
That works. We're there. You know, the draft came up. So the end goal was met.
I suppose. And the 200 ping sound effects.
Give yourself a hand, Xyclopzz.
I have two hands.
Best part about Big Wizard.
Yeah,
you get to laugh at your own jokes.
Exactly. And then if someone else makes a show, you can hit them with the slow clap. Exactly.
Took myself. It's all good.
What do we expect out of this one?
Some very
some miracle, of course.
Pugna,
A miracle, yes.
Necro's band,
indeed.
Tiny's band, Undying,
What
Ogre
if
Magi.
start the day with Lotac 2-0, then it's over.
Then it's over. Yeah, we know
Yeah,
how it's
pretty much.
So we don't want that. That's boring. You
It's
know?
going to be hard, though. From what we've seen from Admiral, they haven't played particularly well so far.
Yeah, I think they have potential. They have some good players in their team.
They do have good players. I'm just hoping that during these last few days, they sort of, you know, they've played all these other tournaments. They've sort of gotten their scrim, their team together, and maybe something changes. You know, this could be the day that suddenly Admiral is going to be a better team, you know?
Got him.
Xyclopzz has no hope. So negative.
I feel like my first day as Wizard, I was just like, well, I got to learn the board. You know, you got to do some trial and error, sample some buttons.
You find your favorites. Everyone,
Yes.
every wizard has their own kind of atmosphere.
How would you describe Xyclopz's atmosphere?
What?
Thai. Very Thai.
I love the shirt today on Xyclopzz.
I know.
I know.
Styling.
Profiling.
It's a samurai shirt, I told ya.
I don't know about samurai shirts.
I told you, okay? You were going to deny that you're wearing a samurai shirt. And I was like, no, that's Yakuza, okay? That was definitely Yakuza. What are you drinking there,
Yeah,
Cyclops?
do you know that back in the days, Yakuza are also part of the samurai?
Really?
They used to be a samurai before. And then their boss died, so they were like, hey, then how are we gonna do? We got no boss now. So first they become a Ronin. Ronin is a samurai that doesn't have a boss. So they just wandering around like, hey man, you wanna try some duel? Yeah, kill each other. That's kind of Ronin, no boss. And then they were like, man, being a Ronin, it's not sustainable. Like they don't have money to like go to the market, buy some fish and stuff.
I'm pretty sure at that time you also don't want to keep killing everyone because you're eventually going to run out of people.
Yeah, so Ronin kind of figured it out. So they said, we got to organize something. So they're setting up the small house that when you go in there, it's just like a small casino back then. Yeah, have some like roll the dice and stuff. And then, yeah, that's how Yakuza start. They start from owning all those houses, and yeah, it's
So organized crime came out from a bunch of people who were they wanted to settle down. Really?
yeah, it's just want to settle down. You know, everyone just want. Sometimes day job is good, 9 to 5, owning a house.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's better than just.
You want some health benefits, maybe?
Being a samurai, it's 24/7.
Yeah. You got no 401k if you're a samurai.
It's kind of hard, man. Really.
In my head, I just assumed the difference was like samurai have swords and Yakuza have guns.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, yeah, Yakuza have
Yakuza
guns
actually
now.
like last for like 300 years already.
I'm pretty sure maybe it's just the evolution. So they moved away from swords and they just picked up guns. I'm pretty sure they still use swords too, but guns are more efficient nowadays.
Oh no. But maybe that's why when you go to the Yakuza house in Japan, you always see an armor and
Do you want to go to a Yakuza house?
And
I don't want to die.
That's where all the cool stuff happens.
Yeah, that's literally the
games, I
last
heard, you know?
coolest
Exactly.
things you ever see.
Maybe.
yeah, last coolest thing. Maybe.
But if you walk in dressed up like Cyclops, then they'll be like, oh man.
But the moment he opens his mouth, oh shit, my cover's blown.
No, to go in that kind of dangerous place, you just have to blend in.
Right.
Like I went to Brazil like 2 years ago. That guy sent me to Brazil.
I love how he's
I
like
remember
that guy.
he gave me 3 days.
It didn't seem like an event I would want to go to.
He gave me 3 days,
I
and
got
then he
just
was
the
like,
guy for you.
okay, let's send Cyclops to Brazil then. 3 days of preparation, and then I go to Brazil, and I was like, wow, Yeah, people in Thailand say, "Hey man, be careful. Brazil is so wild, man." I was like, it's just all in your head, you know. They're just a peaceful country. Look at that, you know, all the state to Rio de Janeiro. I'm just gonna have fun there. I go there, hey, cool, man. But when we drove from the airport to my place, I started to feel like, well, maybe we might have to go out as a group. We should not go somewhere alone. And then I started to plan. I think if something bad happened, we just take our shirt off and walk on the streets to blend in. To blend in, you know, acting like a local there. Like, hey man, yo homie, no shirts and stuff. Yeah. But it was great trip. I love that trip, man. If there's a chance, I will always go back to Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Love
My
it much.
goodness.
The Brazilian play is always a lot of fun at events. They always invite everyone to come to Brazil. We'll have a good time. We'll go out. We'll drink. We'll have fun. And it makes me want to go see Brazil. It makes it seem like a great country.
They had fun, especially all the Brazilian players. They were like they very warm welcome you. You know, try to bring you to food place, nice stuff. Good trip.
Did you have a favorite food when you went?
In Brazil.
Because I know you're all about the meat, and they apparently take their meat
Oh
very
yeah,
seriously.
and if you're in Brazil, man, it's all about the meat.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't like about Brazil. Maybe I had not take the real Brazilian food, but the food that I ate that was set up by the organizer there was like meat, yeah, but it was tasted meat. It's just
Tasteless.
yeah, it's just bunch of meat, very strong meat, hard to chew. You can use it as a weapon sometimes. We're like slashing other guy with like your meat. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to chew and hard to digest. Yeah, they consume a lot of meat there.
Some very meaty heroes being picked up in this draft, in fact.
Yes, very.
As we approach the end of it.
Ogre Magi commonly picked as a first phase, and Drow Ranger Strat uncommonly picked, at least in this region. Supposedly North America has been first phasing Drow Ranger throughout all of King's Cup NA, which, by the way, has ended. If you are curious who ended up winning the North American King's Cup, it is Forward Gaming.
Why would you spoil it? What if they want to watch it?
Then they should have tuned in 8 hours ago.
Wow.
We're not a
don't
spoiler-free
go
broadcast,
anywhere
yeah.
near Tsunami when a new movie comes out. He'll just spoil it for you.
It's not my fault.
Just away.
You gotta stay up to date.
The timing for these are awful. But good job, Cyclops. Thumbs up for you.
Yeah, so they were seeded into the playoffs directly, ended up winning. So then if we were to hypothesize based off of that result what Southeast Asia might look like, then it's a strong probability that Fnatic may move forward, end up winning.
Playing for a chance to get thwomped by Fnatic?
Yes.
It was a thwomping in the NA finals.
That's
too.
what I believe, yeah.
A 3-0 and not particularly close games.
Was Jack proud? He went from casting King's Cup to winning King's Cup pretty much.
Is that, I mean, is either particularly respectable?
I
don't know.
suppose. Although all of the players, Rezo and MSS, all said that they're going to Summit X.
Yeah, fuck, man. I blame the. I saw the admin in Discord telling players it was Summit X.
Yeah.
I read in there. I saw Summit X on Twitter, and I'm like, who started this? Who's been told?
Dude, I saw Dakota did it also though.
Oh no!
Oh really? Oh,
This is not happening.
I don't
Not
know.
happening.
I don't know.
Summit 10, my man.
Summit 10.
Summit
Yes.
10.
Summit X. The
No.
people want
It
their
could
way
just be
want.
next
You gotta
level. It
give
could be
them.
Summit 11, but it just looks like an X.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some words with our admins
Summit
and
10.
team around that
Yeah.
event.
Oh.
Okay, the draft is completed after.
But I'm pretty sure there will be some teams, even though you tell them, they will still hashtag Summit X anyway.
I'm pretty sure if you just
Oh man,
tell
it's a
them.
sweet,
so
that's a sweet
tempting.
hashtag also. How can you turn that down?
It's so tempting.
Summit X is a sweet hashtag.
Then what do we do for the next? We go from Summit
XI.
9 to Summit X to Summit 11 or Summit XI?
XI. Summit XI.
Why are we now using the Roman numerals? Why weren't we
Because
using them
it's-
before?
that's a great question. Why weren't you using it before? I guess Summit I would have been a bit weird. So the first one, but the first one was just called the Summit. It wasn't called the Summit 1. You should have done Summit II. Now look what's happened.
We've ruined it for this. May as well just use, like, I don't know, what's another counting system? Like, the Dewey Decimal System or something.
Oh, we can do the, was it the strikes? You do 5 strikes.
Oh, yeah.
Summit tallies.
Summit tallies. All right. Draft is completed. No offlane ogre,
No, it doesn't look like it.
offlane lesh. Taking a page out of
it'll be
Lotac's book.
Baccarino on the Lesh. He's got a Drow strat with him, so it's not going to be that difficult, and you'll be laning against a Phantom Lancer, which was picked in response to the Drow Ranger.
Yep.
A hero that can quickly get onto the Drow Ranger, especially when you've got a Wind Ranger to keep that Drow still.
The weird thing was Ohio going for offlane Wind Ranger. Like, how well does it synergize with their lineup? It's definitely different.
It's peculiar.
Again,
indeed.
Ohio seems to be gravitating more towards comfort picks. So his Omni Knight, his Leshek, which has now apparently been stolen, and Wind Ranger, who's a hero who's not picked at all.
That's the
these
thing,
days.
though.
Is that a comfort pick for him?
That's
I've
the
never
thing.
seen him play this hero.
No, that's the
idea.
thing. I've never seen him play Wind Ranger either.
This one's gonna be quite high if you run a Drow Ranger strat because, well, if you wanna run a Drow Ranger strat, your support need to be good at placing sentry wards and observer wards because as you can see, what Lotac gonna play is it's just gonna leave that Phantom Lancer to eating up one lane, and the other 4 just go gank, go for a pick off, because to stop Drow Ranger strat from pushing, you just have to pick them off. Just one you need, and once they're down to 4 players, they cannot grouping up and push anymore.
Oh. From the get-go, these lanes could be pretty tough. This Ogre Lesh, I think I saw NIP do this first as a dual lane. The core Ogre with a Lesh, it's just so hard to farm in lane against it with the chain stun.
Be an interesting lane for Lotac in that bottom lane. Top lane, there, I want to see what they want to do with this Ohio Wind Ranger. I'm curious to see how well he can play this.
Yeah.
He plays some time in pubs, I saw.
I guess the good news is that he shouldn't be dying to a Dazzle Drow lane. I guess the advantage here is that he can sort of play with that Wind Run and harass the Wind Ranger, not really worried about the right-click harassment. And also Dazzle's not going to be able to do that easy right-click harassment either.
Just the right-click trading is always going to be better for a hero like a Wind Ranger than any melee hero.
We'll have to see.
But not like...
It's 2 body rune for each?
I think it was 3-1.
It's, 3
Bane,
for
Bane
Radiant.
got 1 bottom, and then, Radiant got 2 at top. So, I didn't manage to secure as many as I'd like to, but not the end of the world.
Oh, game is starting. Let's take a look and see how these lanes do.
Oh, we got to do introductions.
Oh,
Xyclopzz
okay.
isn't here.
Alright.
Almost forgot. Just, if you want to have a good cast, not miss any kills and all that, you got to make sure you
train
get
yourself
I
for
never
what
missed
it's
an
playing
introductions
Alright.
and fight recap before in my life.
Okay. On Lotac on the Radiant side, we've got Yamate playing the Bane. We've got Ohio playing Wind Ranger. Ayu playing the Next Assassin. Raven on Phantom Lancer. And Xian playing the Lina.
And on the side of Admiral, on the Dire side, we have Jar Jar playing on the Drow Ranger, Rio playing on the Dazzle, Baccarino on the Leshrac. Oh, that's First Blood as well. Great. Jamesy on the Marana and Boomy on the Ogre Magi.
This Ogre Lesh lane's pretty brutal. They have so much kill potential here with guaranteed stun setup and very low cooldown stuns.
It was onto a Bane as well. Typically, Bane is not a hero that's going to give away First Blood quite easily. He's one of the more tankier, resilient supports, but well, we're already seeing the power of Baccarino and Boomy.
Yeah, these guys are going to have a field day down bottom, I imagine. Field days, Lina mid, 11-3, getting 11 out of 12 last hits on the first 3 waves. Not too bad at all.
If anything, if you're Admiral, you're probably thinking, well, we probably have a good chance of taking at least 1 game off of Lotac.
I think so. I'd probably predict like a 1-1 out of this series based on, I think, the stability of these 2 teams. So, we'll see. They're definitely still hopeful to be in the playoffs, even though they've got to get a lot of wins out of their remaining 3 series to do so. Back at bottom, Yamate in trouble again. They're going to get the Bane, and they're not going to lose Baccarino in the process. Raven, just a level 2 Phantom Lancer. Can't really do much to stop the Bane going down. So 2 deaths on Bane. Doesn't have money for a TP. He's stuck at the fountain. He's just waiting.
Waiting for that gold.
Yep, he'll tick up.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like if you die and you're like, support, buy me a TP. Well, you are the support, so.
Maybe the carry
And it's on
guys?
cooldown anyway, so he actually gets the money for it, but can't TP. 20 more seconds, he's going to walk it out.
So this is a little scary for Lotac because in the past couple of games we noticed that Lotac are rather vulnerable if both Raven and Ohio can't get their lane. Now good news is that Ohio's doing quite well. He's not being pushed out at all. They're actually out farming the Drow Ranger, so maybe we're going to see the power of Ohio carrying this mid-game momentum.
Yeah, he's going to need to get some work done. He's got a Ring of Aquila already for his lane, so he should be having a very good time last hitting, as we're seeing in the CS charts. But Drow also not being totally shut down, getting the points in the aura. Drow not really a hero you expect or need to win her lane. You're just hoping Drow doesn't get bullied, gets some CS, and gets those levels.
Yep.
Which is, you know, it's happening.
The regeneration rate of this is in, and I love it more than ever when you gotta deal with the Drow Ranger and the Dazzle lane.
Yeah, the dude's got 3
Oh.
mangoes. What's his HP
That
regen per
was
second?
beautiful.
Yeah. And that's why they've mostly been going for the Bane and going for kills on him, because this Nightmare does act as a save opportunity, as we just saw. But Raven now out of regen, no Tengos, no salves left, so this lane's still going very well for Admiral, even though they don't get a kill out of that.
What sort of build could we see coming out of the Leshrac? Would you want to be going for a pushing build, or could we go and see something a little bit different? Maybe
Like items or skill build, you mean?
skill build. Because so far he's gone for the 2 points into Split Earth, just because he has to set up
Yeah.
from the Ogre.
I don't think he needs the pushing himself. You've got Drow Mirana, but probably see like a 204 and then start getting Edict, I think is what I see, or like at least, I don't think you need to max your stun necessarily.
Because I know Tsunami, last time we saw Ohio play the offlane Leshrac, he maxed out Diabolic Edict
bottom
first,
lane.
right?
Oh yeah.
He did.
Oh, dodges the stun. And they'll still get the kill.
Oh,
No.
so
6
close.
HP.
Still gonna get bopped in the face.
That
Good
was
job,
pretty good.
Xyclopzz.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
He was ready for that's
Alright.
very suitable for an ogre.
Yep.
Oh, they're going again. This chain stun, there's no Bane here to help him. Has got a doppelganger, won't need to use it. And he's got some more tangos for the lane. Bane just TPs in with a magic stick and no regen. I don't know about, I guess where else do you go as Bane? Your job is to be in this bottom lane, but can he get some bounty runes? Yamate denies the bottom bounty rune.
I guess
That's
it's better
some
than
spiteful
dying.
play. Yeah, he didn't want to die. I think he could have got there first, but it was going to be close, so he
Yeah.
just denies it.
Looks much stronger for Admiral in the first 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah. Mid and top lane are definitely going better for Lotac, but these kills are pretty important when it's a PL.
They've got to be a little bit careful about this Lina. I feel like Qian in this mid game, he's getting lots of levels, lots of CS. He's going to be an issue. Raven? Nope. Oh, that was nice. Going to prevent the ignite. And they get the kill onto Qian. That was
yeah,
great.
That's how they at least going to address Lina for now, because Lina was crushing mid.
By a lot as
Despite
well.
the Drow bonus damage, it's just not really enough in the lane stage. Even level 3 plus 10 damage is decent, but not going to win it for you. So Ogre's Leshrac doing great bottom. Ogre's hoping for a 6-minute rune. He's got it for a bottle, and he gets a regen rune. This is fantastic. This lane looks even better for them now. Yeah, so Leshrac 202, no points in Edict yet. May start going for it now, level 5. But like Lightning's one of those skills. If you're going to get it, you typically just want to max it, I want to say.
It's got 202 right now.
Yeah.
Really want to see how Bocarina wants to build this.
He's a support. Like item-wise, he's going to be going for probably just like a Urn, Spirit Vessel into Yule Scepter type thing.
Yeah, he's going for... Looks like he's going for a Yule's first, but Arcane Boots if he can.
Sounds
Backstab?
good.
Backstab?
Next Assassin. They want to defend. This Leshrac down bottom. He's getting gone on Bocarino in a bit of trouble here, but there's no follow-up. Bane's level 2 Brain Sap.
It was holding on
Enough,
to it.
yeah.
Not enough if he even used it.
And that was a TP from the support as Drow gets left alone top. Can't really fight with a Ohio except for the Ogre Magi. He was coming up here. The Gust to start things off. Can they get this kill?
They're holding on to the Fire Blast. Kind of waiting for...
TP out. Ohio just going to shackle and run, it looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drow couldn't really stay in that lane, and Wind Ranger was just taking a T1 tower, so...
Now the Dazzle moving into that bottom lane, it's going to leave Bocarina a little bit more exposed. You don't have your front-lining Ogre, and is this going to be missing
Ryan
Rana?
keeping it.
Okay.
Drow's level 6 too, so a lot of bonus damage with the leap.
Even on Lash, he's going to be hitting quite hard too.
Yeah. This is where it gets pretty significant. Plus 24 damage on the right clicks, and they get the stun to set up the kill.
Nice turnaround.
Yep. Where's Ogre gone? He's staying top, so both cores in the top lane, but they are maybe able to find some kills off of this.
Guess this is their solution to dealing with Ohio. Just keep the Ogre in here, pressure with the Gust as well from Jar Jar.
Yeah, I think you don't mind if your Ogre, even if he's being played as a core, spends a little bit of time just not farming. Actually, no, what am I talking about? He's
This
not a
is
core.
support.
Lesh is a core. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
completely wrong about this.
It's alright, don't
I'm
worry.
going crazy.
It's alright, we're still early into the night.
I just assumed, all along Ogre's a core.
Would you like a
Of course it's
drink
not.
of a monster?
Yeah, that's probably what I need right now.
Okay, what flavor would you like?
Oh, if there's a rehab, I would love a rehab.
Tsunami?
Is there a rehab? Let me see.
There should be one. I grabbed one out of the fridge just now. Thank you, Tsunami.
My whole world is a lie. This Ogre is not a core. Volcarino
He
is
might
in
be a
fact.
core though. He could get the RNG like
Yeah.
Sam H. Ah,
Say-
thank you.
Prefer having the Leshrac as a core against the PL. It makes total sense. And yeah, so Ogre keeping top, securing the lane. This is great. I just saw how many kills and stuff Ogre is setting up bottom and never really looked at the CS.
Ooh, got an Invis Lina ready with the Laguna Blade. I think they considered going up top, but then she's going to change her priority onto Jamesy instead. Or not. Oh, it's like actually going to expire, so didn't grab a kill at all. Alright.
Yeah, she was hunting for the Drow, but Drow's playing it pretty safe.
Well, I mean, Ohio has put a lot of pressure onto to Drow, not really wanting to show herself.
Strauss played very well. It's very hard to play Drow against these kind of spammy harass lanes and not die, play position well, keep your tower alive.
Nice change as well. We typically see Jar Jar playing on the Weaver, right? Yesterday we saw him on on the Weaver quite a
Yep.
bit.
Bottom lane, Nightmare, follow it with a Lance, Lane's rotating but will not hit the LSA, and now they're going to turn and fight the other way with the Pulse Nova. They're doing a lot of damage here, but Bocarina needs to go back into this with the Grave. He's just going to kill them all.
Oh, the Disco Pony!
He's just going to blow them up. What a Grave. Coming out early, not often skilled, but it comes up big there.
The plays from Rio, just going in. It's like, I got
love
the
it.
Grave! I got the Grave. That is lethal as well. You think you're so close to killing off the Disco Pony, then suddenly pulsed over.
They did it good right from the start, right from the dodge, and then perfect timing. It's just, man, 3 down. That's such a big dead too.
Game looks great too. They've got 2k net worth lead. They're going to grab a tower as well. And if you're playing a Drow lineup as well, like any gold going her way just means your whole team gets stronger with those items.
But the big thing about all of that team fight is morale. You just need this kind of thing to happen in the first game of the day, and especially the day that you have to win 4 games on that one. Come on, man. You're going to go it all the way.
That's what we want to see, We don't want the playoffs decided here in our first series. We want to have things go down to the wire a bit. And Admiral, yeah, they get a tower. Wind Ranger did get a tower top, but I don't think you're too upset about that trade right now.
Chian, double damage, Mirana. Oh, that leap.
Okay. We'll pay
kill.
for this. Oh, Willie has a leap
Oh.
again.
Oh.
Gets out of there.
Beautiful from Jamesy. That
Wow.
was ballsy.
That is fantastic.
Get some brownie points there. Very flashy play.
It's level 10 now as well, so has the maxed out leap. Phaser Cooler Wraithband, very good farm on Mirana, considering the lane didn't go perfect, but the 3 kills on Lina. This Lina was dumpstering mid and is 0 and 3 right now. This is,
Net worth has dropped significantly as well. It's now tied up with the Drow.
yeah, this kind of highlights that the lane stage isn't everything. It can set you up to have a better mid game just because you're going to be higher level and all that, but if you die a couple times, like, that lane stage doesn't matter for anything.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Yeah, it should be a kill here, but
Bit too deep.
Nyx Assassin's level 6, now no one. Maybe like an experience tome or something used to get that. Yamate level 5 only on the Bane, but they'll probably start playing around some sentries a bit more now that that's been revealed.
I'm wondering what the play here is for Admiral to sort of push this game forward, because they managed to get 1 tower bottom. Are they going to look for more towers? Would they want to go for more passive play? Because it seems for now they've been the ones wanting to apply all this pressure onto Lotac to keep them on their toes. Not going to get Yamate, but oh, actually.
Alright, he's just
Oh,
in, He's
never
not
mind.
afraid.
It's obvious. They just have to get all the 6 tower real as soon as possible. While Lotac just have to do the opposite thing. They need a pick off. They need to like go with that Nyx is in and find some kills, stop them from grouping S5 and slow down until that Phantom Lancer gets some farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, PL's still farming away. He's only got Aquila and Treads though, so Raven's not going to be wanting to participate in any of these fights anytime soon, especially when Jamesy's hitting for quite a lot. I mean, he's got 90 base damage plus the 66. A little bit of that from Drow.
Oh, multi-cast into an arrow. They bring down Yamate. He's having a rough time. 0, 6, and 0.
And the LSA missing from the leader.
Bottom lane, meanwhile. They've also found a kill on the very farm Wind Ranger, so no one is safe. That's the Yule Scepter reveal from Bocarino, who just picked it up back at base. He's mighty farmed.
What was necessarily this role for the Wind Ranger? Because they picked this for Ohio. He did pressure the Drow Ranger lane a little bit, but then coming into the mid game, like, what does a Wind Ranger technically give your team? It's a mobile hero. If you're good with the shackles, you get the double shackles too. But outside of that, I mean, Wind Ranger isn't your typical off-lane hero. She's not going to be the same like a Leshrac, for example.
It's kind of just meant to be another core, I guess, that can scale, is how I look at heroes like Wind Ranger.
The Drow is a very early pick as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a late-game hero, though. Like, it's a core that can come online very early. Ooh, nice Nightmare. Dodges the arrow because of that, Chuan. Gonna get Yule's up, though. Okay, the Split Earth not gonna be timed right. Bocarino now gonna pay the price for that one. He gets brought down. They're gonna lose more as well. Looks like Boomy with this grip should go down, but the Grave will at least delay it. A couple more right clicks, and they will get the kill in the end. Unfortunate timing on the Leshrac Yule stun there. Couldn't quite land it, and may have not been able to get the kill anyways, because Nyx was ready to counter gank.
That was great. EU just utilizing this Nyx Assassin perfectly, giving his team vision. Admiral not quite surprised that they didn't have a ward this deep to spot out the Nyx. You know the enemy team has a Nyx that's under Vendetta. Would have expected maybe some wards if they were planning on camping there. They're going to probably lose Jar Jar.
Oh, gets the gust, he knows.
Oh, Shackle, LSA. And Laguna.
Good. Mirana.
Oh, Carapace.
Yeah, that Carapace is not going to save the Lina anyways, but AU at least will be able to get out of there. Nice try. Jamesy again. DD rune. This guy's just finding all the runes. DD now to go with his Dragon Lance and Bloodlust. He just gets so much damage and attack speed with such cheap, cost-effective items.
Oh, looking for Yamate.
Wake him up. There we go. Another leap if he needs it. He doesn't want to use it, and he won't have to.
Doesn't need it.
I think they maybe scouted Raven too here. Or they go chase the PL. Doesn't look like
if he goes to the right, they'll catch a glimpse of him.
He's going to run right into this Leshrac. Yeah, this ward, it will see him. Raven. He puts his TP in. Can he get out here?
He's here.
They're charging him. Lesh is very fast. 420 movement speed.
Yeah, but he's got the Yules.
Wow, what a read.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, he also knows if he does miss the stun, he's still got the Yules. So he's got two ways to cancel, but it is a fantastic read.
Raven just stops.
He's juking. Yeah, they don't know which is which, and now they're going to realize. Raven. Nice bit of play there. He should still be chased down.
Double in one to the low ground.
Yeah. Oh, he'll buy some time. 0% chance of survival here.
Yeah,
they should
no
spot
TP
him out
whatsoever.
Oh, kill for Jar Jar.
That's, you buy an extra 20 seconds for your team to push lanes, get some farm, waste the enemy's time where they're not pushing.
It's possible this Wind Ranger may have also just been a denial pick. They didn't want to get... Wind Ranger's very good against Phantom Lancer. And Leshrac is also good, but it's possible that, being able to stick you focus fire on top of the target.
Admiral picked the Leshrac first, right? Or was it the Wind Ranger for the last pick?
I can't remember. I believe it was their last pick.
So Ohio's pick was the last pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were probably looking at the lane mostly, like what do you want to put with the Nyx? What kind of lane is going to be strong, where you can put pressure on it. Matches up well against Drow in terms of right-click harass with Windrun, but you can't just look at the lanes, is what I feel like this game is showing. With a hero like Wind Ranger, who hasn't really been able to have a... Wind Ranger's 2-1 and 2, but it's like you have this great lane, you're not getting like a fast Centaur Blink or something.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger could change things for Ohio. He'll have an easier time setting up for the Shackles. If he can get the double Shackles for these fights, it'll be great too.
Yeah.
Because Admiral, their lineup, very team-oriented. If they lose some of these heroes, they sort of miss out on their initiation and follow-up damage. Because most of their damage, for the most part, is coming out from Mirana and Lesh. And either of these are shut down, it slows down the team fights. Yep. Lotac love these longer fights.
I like they did get a fast Blink because his role needs to be not being just a strict core. He needs to be an initiator and enable his teammates. Well, his teammates are in some trouble though. Smoke gank coming their way, but Smoke from Lotac themselves. They're running away. They're headed a different direction, and that's probably for the better. That would not have been a good fight for them. AU and Ohio were... Well, AU wasn't there. Ohio TP'd in, as both teams will kind of completely dodge each other here. A lot of farm on the map not being taken. I feel like this is very good for Lotac as a whole because they're still farming on the PL. Drow was getting some farm as well, so not really too one-sided, but definitely Lotac, the ones pressuring and pushing out these lanes, which is why that smoke was very telegraphed.
So it looks like both teams are going to be reclaiming their sides of the map. Lots of sentries coming out from Lotac. So they're actually a little more concerned about some sort of vision or rotation coming out from Admiral. Oh.
No vision, no detection.
Move, got it now.
No, they don't. They're not going to bother. It's
a little bit too far on the Ogre.
Game's going to slow down a little bit. Admiral, in the meantime, they're going to push, and I mean, if no one's going to contest, these towers are going to drop really fast as well. Diabolic Edict, Drow Aura, lots of ranged heroes. Lots of damage output going to be going onto these towers. I don't know how much time Lotac have to sort of farm up their heroes, because they're going to run out of time if they drop these towers and not really defend anything at all.
Oh, they're coming back to defend now with some TPs, but it is
it's just 2 TPs.
Not easy. Yeah. You can just push it from so far back with the Dragon Lancers. Ogre's just in the front lines. You don't really want to go on him because he's an Ogre. Even if you kill him, you don't really mind.
Tower's in deny range, but it's still a tower down. You really don't want to have your tier 3s exposed this early into the game. Just one team fight, and if Lotac lose way too many heroes, Admiral could potentially take a really early T3 tower.
In my opinion, I think Admiral have only 15 minutes left to finish this game.
Yeah, Raven's just going to get bigger and bigger on this Phantom Lancer, and...
He's picked up a hood because he's actually really worried about being bursted down in these fights. So Raven's not necessarily ready to contribute to the team yet. He's sort of just there. When he finishes the Diffusal Blade, I can see him moving in and getting ganks, but...
He needs a hard harass.
He needs a lot.
Got the Diffusal, I think, coming on Courier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's still queued up. It's
queued up too. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the most important things is just being able to get on top of the Drow Ranger. If he does that, he reduces the entire Admiral team's damage output so much by being able to turn off that marksmanship.
Yeah.
Oh, AU's been spotted.
Alright, bro. Yeah, this 6 has been pretty problematic this game with just this vision aspect, the scouting. And
that was really a good game sense. You can see that suddenly they just stopped the whole crew and, hey man, put the sentries.
Mid lane, James is chasing Yamate. Yeah, won't get the kill. Gets the Nightmare off. Drow.
Okay.
Turns off the Nightmare.
Wait, what? Really? Oh.
He's in fog, yeah.
They thought he kept running.
Yeah.
That was great. Good stuff from the Bane.
Or maybe just thought he instant TP'd after the Nightmare because you lose your vision.
Roshan going to be their next main objective, and this is going to be a real fast one. Don't need any minus armor for this.
And the big Drow Ranger looks spooky, really.
Everything is spooky, apparently.
Mega sized, yeah. This is a pretty scary push coming out. And it's hard for PL to teamfight until Manta because of things like Gust.
Chiana's BKB, so if they get into a 5-on-5 fight here, Lena's going to be able to at least avoid most of the disables.
Yeah. Definitely, at the same time, though, you need to get rid of that Drow or ulti damage because otherwise Lena is paper.
That might be where
no
EU
armor.
comes in, though. EU's probably going to want to getting into the back lines for the team.
Keep pushing, man.
All right, we'll see if this Diffusal Blade PL can help.
Despite the ages, Lotac's going on the aggressive here. What can they find? Sentry Ward is planted. They're going to see AU, and Shane Stun is going to hit the Carapace.
Arrow as well. Yep. They're worried.
Yeah, they'll lose the next for this one. They're not going to follow him up.
It's a pretty big loss. That's another missed opportunity there for Lotac. It's like every time they lose one hero, they lose the nerve to fight, and I feel like that you can't fight without EU. You need that lockdown.
It's tough. It's like his job to kind of set things up, but also to get vision and
scout out the Drow.
Yeah, in scouting, you're going to run into sentries. That's just the nature of a game like this. But
BKB coming up on Ohio as well. Lots of defensive items and teamfight items coming out from Lotac. They certainly need it, but the longer this game goes, Drow getting bigger. I guess it is also extra space for Raven.
I think Dire's late game is okay because they have Lash.
They clip the Aegis.
Can they get the LSA timing?
Doesn't.
It was just barely on cooldown, I believe, in Nyx. isn't going to go for them. If they knew Miranda was, I think they just assumed she had backup there.
Yeah, because he could have guns for the Impale out of the Vendetta.
Yeah.
Or maybe they thought they needed the Vendetta right-click damage to be able to do it.
Maybe.
I think just with the Impale LSA would have probably been enough. But either way, they don't go for the kill. They take the ace out. They know that's going to buy them some time to get some good farm going. And Admiral, I think we're kind of learning needs some BKBs to really threaten high ground at least and take a team fight. They've got one queued up on Mirana. I'm surprised to see Drow going for this Maelstrom. It is the kind of item to go against PL. It's not like a hard counter PL, and I think you've got a good hard counter PL in the Leshrac. I think you need to value the Magic community much higher this game.
This early, yes. Lesh is great versus PL.
Yeah.
But as it goes later and later, the magic damage just going to get absorbed by all the illusions.
Yeah, but then even the Maelstrom magic damage is also getting reduced by the illusions. So
I just feel like your timing is here in mid game, and having a BKB is how you make that timing scary, not this casual Maelstrom. Oh, top lane, Bokarina almost caught the TPing PL.
Moonlight Shadow.
That would have been a massive kill if you could get it. That.
They've got a sentry here as well. If AU just walks down this middle lane.
And it's could catch them by surprise since Leshrac showed top lane. They might have not be expecting them to come back in here. But they have a sentry. They are expecting this.
I don't know if they caught vision of the ogre.
I feel like Dire's lineup's looking pretty scary as this game goes on, despite the PL getting good farm. They've got Weave to block a lot of the damage. Got plenty of AoE, BKBs.
Yeah, I think they feel insecure at this point.
Oh!
Bokarina's got BKB, he's going to go charging, and Chuan himself has one, though. The arrow not going to hit anyone, as PL is the main target for now. Raven getting very, very low. He's just melting to the magic damage. That's the Leshrac bringing down the PL. Lina's BKB has worn off now. Chuan in full retreat, as they did end up killing the Drow Ranger. On the back lines, Leshrac in some trouble now. BKB wearing off with the Nyx Assassin in the bank. Can they keep him alive? Needs a grave. It's not going to come. He died too fast. And Ryu was just a little bit too slow to respond. Carapace on AU maybe needed to get him out of this one, as Nyx is going to get damaged over time. Damage should be enough. He tried to earn it, but that's not going to work.
Do you think if the rest of Team Lotac just now were right after PL, do you think the fight going to be better? Because they split out to two groups. PL was the only one on the high ground, and the rest of Team Lotac is just on the lower ground on the right side.
They were sort of spread out, though. I don't think they would have been able to come into the fight quick enough. They sort of just looked at Raven's positioning and said, I don't think we can save Raven. We just got to let him go. We'll get these other kills. I mean, they did kill the Drow. It's going to buy some more time, even though Raven died. So I suppose for this Lotac's plan at this point is to just keep fighting, use your defensive items, draw this game out for as long as possible so that PL gets so big that all this AoE magic damage is not an issue anymore.
Because need a few more items in Raven to get there, but it's possible. Down bottom. High has been gone on Moonlight Shadow again being used to initiate. Bane did TP on out, but the bigger kill on the core Wind Ranger, who haven't really felt her presence that strongly. Despite being in all 7 kills, Ohio definitely hasn't had a completely useless game by any means.
He's been okay. He's been doing all right considering how the game has gone. I'm just going to say I'm surprised with how little we've seen, how little presence Qian has in this game. He hasn't been able to sort of blow off as Alina typically does. Hasn't been able to roam around and get those Laguna Blade kills. He's been playing very defensively. And a lot of it comes down to the fact that he's just worried about being blown up instantly. Yeah,
the few deaths, like you die right after having a good lane stage, it kind of can ruin the tempo of a lot of your game.
Going for Ags, by the way.
On the Lina.
Yep.
Okay.
First item.
Good against the BKBs, of course. Just main idea behind this, and I think just recognizing you won't be able to just stand your ground and right-click people in these fights. You got to, focus on just insta burst.
It'd be great just to Laguna down the Dazzle as well. No grave. That's a lot of Admiral sustain.
BKB turn and fight doesn't actually get the shackle. Ohio missing what should have been a straightforward blink shackle there.
Laguna down as well.
They had grave regardless, so it's unlikely that would have been a kill, but yeah.
I mean, we even saw the Laguna damage onto Bokarina. He didn't really feel it.
Yeah. It's not a level 18 yet on Lina, right?
It's maxed out.
It is, yeah.
It's
Well, it was
maxed
with Glimmer. Was it Glimmer Cape? I want to say.
Oh, well, she doesn't have the Ags yet.
No, not
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Exit.
okay, okay.
800 gold
Then,
away
yeah,
though.
it was against a Glimmer.
Yeah.
So it was heavily reduced because of that. But Ags, yeah, we completed soon. Don't think we'll be seeing any buyback saving at this stage of the game. Another Moonlight Shadow coming out, just kind of being thrown almost off cooldown at this point in the game. Hoping to catch a PL in the trees, or just any hero that's trying to split push these lanes. Something that WinRange has done a very good job of, just keeping all these lanes pushed out. I feel like every time I look at the lanes, it's like bottom and top are just pushed out onto the dire side of the map.
A lot of teams have been going back for this style of play when they are behind, trying to buy some time, just split push
Get
the
split
lanes,
push.
force someone back all the time, know that if you engage them, it's going to be 4 versus 5. So, smart
That's
play.
worked out well. They've
Yep.
kept the game even despite being down 7 kills to 21. It's only a 1k gold lead. And yeah, PL is getting some good farm, as is Lina. I mean, all 3 Radiant cores do scale well into the late game, but same can be said for the Dire ones. And Dire support's a little bit happier as well, as we'll find another kill.
Yep. Ayo's dead. Jar Jar is going to be picking up a BKB as his next item choice. So I think Jar Jar is ready to fight with the team as well.
Yeah, it looks like Roche number 2 is going to be more their timing, having triple BKB with Aegis.
Ooh,
Jeez.
Ags is completed as well. Not on Alina yet though. Oh, no, she's got
There
it.
it is.
Okay,
Yep.
never mind. She's got
Just
it.
delivered.
Ooh, can she grab a solo kill onto Bocarino? I don't think she can kill Bocarino solo.
Probably not. I mean, you can't. And I don't know how you land the LSA because the Lino can't use the Yules to start it against the BKB.
He's got vision on Bocarino. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's how you do it.
Oh,
top
this
lane,
this
yeah.
is the play.
Okay,
The
ward.
ward.
Yeah, you stun from fog. That's how you get the solo kill.
That works
Back
too.
in mid, WinRanger's gone charging in. With Raven, they want Boomy. He's got the Crimson Guard.
Perfect arrow as
God,
well.
Raven just gets destroyed. The multicast
Oh, the
falls.
Nightmare.
Can they save him? He's getting
Earned.
earned up. Spirit Vessel too. He's going to heal very fast off of that with the hood as well. He stays alive.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jamesy didn't catch vision of the real PL. He was on the low ground killing the illusions, thinking they were real.
That is
Hard, man. Just get a hard Taras.
Just get a harder
And
task.
Leshrac bought back. I was wondering how Bocarino was already back alive. He's bought back thinking there was going to be a big team fight, and that was not the case.
Yeah, either that or kill the Lancer and go in for Roche, but neither of those will be able to happen.
Yeah.
We got another
That was
smoke
just
as well.
one big shot.
Yeah, Lesh is pinging the ward. I think he's like, look, something's there. Like, no way that should have happened. And he's going to take a bounty rune and get the hell out of there because he should know he's still being scouted up here. If he dies a second time up here, that's pretty inexcusable. Ogre's TP'd in
They see
with
him
a
too.
gem. Oh, God, do not lose this gem.
Oh,
Boom.
Bocarino!
Okay, they get the Shackle to start things off. The Laguna Blade fall. They will get up the grave with the Leshrac, popping the BKB as well. Bocarino needs to be careful. Going to maybe just die when this grave wears off. Raven's taking out Rio in the main fight, and the backlines here as the PL is just cleaning up. Boomy gets a couple, and that's a freshly bought gem. Jar Jar's come in on the Drow Ranger, forced the Shadow Blade away, gets dusted immediately.
Oh,
Mirana
man.
trying to salvage this gem with the BKB, hits the arrow, but will die, and it just falls apart for Admiral.
Yep, Lesh got picked off by Ohio in the top as well. Admiral, what is going on?
Fighting under enemy vision, and they knew it's enemy vision. That's where that's like frustrating to watch as a caster because they shouldn't get jumped on like that there. But it's like, oh, we got this gem, let's go deward. Well, enemy's already on top of you, ready to punish it, steal your gem.
5 minutes left for Admiral. They got a rush now.
It's going to be Roche. Yamate also, sorry, not Yamate. Ohio's picked up an Ags on the Wind Ranger. It's in his stash. Hasn't put it in his inventory yet. So he's going to start being a pretty annoying hero in these fights. Just sort of run next to them with the Ficus Fire.
And now the invisible wind run, and they just bought the gem that has been given up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's able to take almost anyone from these fights. I mean, there is a potential grave, but it's just the fact that Wind Ranger can threaten kills on a Drow, a Leshrac, a Mirana.
Even
You
on a
do land the
Dazzle.
Shackle.
Just stand next
Yeah.
to Dazzle, Focus
that's-
Fire.
That's a dream target in some ways because then the grave is taken away from the fight.
Yep.
Well,
What's the play here now for Admiral? Are they just gonna troop it down the middle lane?
nah, you gotta stall out. You can't fight into Aegis Cheese.
Because look at all the side lanes as well. All the
Yeah.
side lanes are pushed out. So even if they wanted to
Well,
make
they're
this
gonna
move,
Go for a fight.
Okay.
Try to catch it by surprise.
They
but
know they're fighting into a gem that they just lost, right?
Where's the gem? It's on Ohio.
Here goes charging in. Tron's just going to delete 2 heroes instantly. Drow Ranger and Dazzle. And this is why I thought the plan was going to be just to stall out the game because...
Admiral.
What are you thinking? You just lost your gem. They have Aegis Cheese.
The team's in shambles.
I mean, I was almost certain that was not the play, and I think that's why they thought it was the play, because, like, surprise factor. This is not the play. They'll never expect it. Let's do something
that was a weird play as well, because Dazzle was actually leading the gank.
That was a bit tilty, I think. After, like, that previous fight, losing that is just, like, you know as a team, like, that was really dumb and game losing as well. Losing a gem at this stage when you just bought it is one of the tiltiest things in Dota. Ohio's found Jamesy bottom. Hits the shackle, focus fire, and will get the solo kill. And back in the base.
On mid.
They're just getting pick-off after pick-off. This is just...
Admiral had such a good lead.
Everything was going okay for them. Even though they didn't get a massive lead, it was still... game was still in their control. And suddenly, it's Lotac. Snatching
what a
game
shackle.
1. Yeah, Ohio, what a player. Well,
Oh my.
starting to see why he favors the Wind Ranger.
This is one loss to Admiral's name. They can't afford to lose this next game.
They have to win the remaining 5 games.
Yes.
Should they lose this one, which...
This was the only loss that was allowed, pretty much.
Yep, pretty much. Jojo's like, please, let me get to Fountain, please. Gust? Ooh, okay.
Sure they
they're
dive.
diving. Yeah, they got
They're
PL. Why not? Found and dive. Last hero standing. Raven's like, hey, let's do this. Oh, okay. Careful the doppelganger. Don't leave your Lena alone.
Well, I think this is pretty much game 1 done and
And the
dusted.
game ended before 35 minutes. But it was Team Lotac.
Ohio even just puts the gem on the ground. Well,
Yeah, GG. It's Lesh is back. I don't think they'll be able to
he
hold
just wants
this
to go
one.
on through a lightning.
Brown's drawing lines on the map. I'm not sure what that's about. But Lesh is
BKB.
going in with a BKB, but Ohio's focusing throne.
Laguna down
Yep.
as well.
Great item choice with the Lena. Getting the Spell Amp talent with the Ags Laguna Blade. That was very key for this game going the way it did.
I have to say some of those late game, I want to say semi-late game decisions coming out from
Yeah.
Lotac, especially with the rotations, catching out that top lane gate. That was so key that they lose the gem. They lose the Leshrac again. That was a dieback from Leshrac, by the way, from that last fight. And then after that, they just had this desperation. They tried to go for desperation gank down this middle lane, and then Admiral just loses everything.
Yeah,
So
It's
something
hats off
happened.
to the Vision, the ward there that got the first kill. Lena solo kills Leshrac and then sets up the second fight because they still Vision there. And
Yep.
Admiral knew but didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean the cons of the Ranger strat is you need to be ahead all the time. Okay, when you start early, you taking an early lead, you are not allowed to have like the momentum swing at all. You just have to be like one-sided and end the story. It's just like when you see a Formula One, they're racing. The one who leads are always harder than the one who follow. So that's always a chance for Team Lotac, and as you can see, they keep calm, and because they know they are much easier than leading the game. They just wait.
Would there have been a chance for Admiral if they sort of just pulled it back a little bit, pulled the reins back, and sort of tried to go for a late game, getting farm on the Drow and all their cores? Because it seemed like they just wanted to rush the game and end it.
Well, I think it
No,
should have
because
been
they
like
play under pressure.
what GoDz was saying. They should have just gotten early BKBs and doubled down on the fact
Yeah.
that they had mid-game superiority.
Drow's Maelstrom item pickup was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Questionable. Was it
Questionable is being polite. That's
Yeah.
like that. That's like when you say, "Oh, that's interesting," when you really think it was bad. That
was it for PL illusions?
terrible.
Like, what's the thought process? Was it for farming PL illusions?
bit of both.
Bit of
I
both?
mean,
If
it's
you
like,
didn't
oh,
have
I'm
a
versing
hood, then maybe it would have been legitimate against the Phantom Lancer, and then you turn it into a full Mjolnir or something like that. But once you know the Phantom Lancer already has spell
Magic resistance, yeah.
It's like here's a Lesher on his team, and even when there's no Lesher on your team, you look at I think 90% of Drow games against PL, they're not going Maelstrom until they have BKB.
Right.
Your item build is pretty standard and sad.
And
the
did you
Shadow
even have
Blade.
a pike that game?
Drow?
I don't think so.
Drow
Yeah.
didn't. She had the Dragon Lance all game.
So
Yeah.
she had nothing to deal with getting away from Phantom Lancer. No BKB.
No.
no
She got the
pike.
BKB, but it came way too late.
Right.
She basically picked it up after their disastrous fights.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is a game that Dire should have taken based on their draft. Definitely favor their draft, but they just made too many mistakes. That's certainly, as Xyclopzz said, they were under pressure versus the PL to a certain extent, even though they could have maybe gone late game with the right items, but not to be. And now Admiral, their life is on the line.
One game left to lose. And we will see if they are managing to stave off that loss, as they still have plenty of games ahead of themselves, but still not decided yet. Still have some time. So we'll head to a quick break and then come back into Lotac versus Team Admiral Game 2 here at King's Cup Southeast Asia. Stick around.